Hello everyone. Nice to meet you again. In this video, we are going to discuss how to make a lesson more engaging and effective for young learners. We will also explain why the Educreations method is particularly effective in elementary classrooms and how to use it properly. If you're new here, we've got lots of practical and useful tips for teachers like you. So consider following for future updates. What is the Educreations method? The Educreations method is a teaching method that focuses on the use of visuals and interactive elements to explain and reinforce concepts. This method is particularly effective in elementary classrooms because it caters to visual and interactive learning styles, which are common in young children. How to use the Educreations method? To use the Educreations method, you can use Educreations for a digital lesson, or you can use visuals such as posters, flashcards, realia, gestures, and facial expressions to enhance your explanation. Here's a simple 4-step process you can follow. Step 1. Introduce a concept or idea. Begin by introducing the concept or idea you want to teach. For example, if you're teaching a lesson on fractions, start by asking students what they already know about fractions. You can also use a real-life scenario or story to introduce the concept. Step 2. Explain the concept using visuals and interactive elements. Explain the concept using visuals and interactive elements. For example, you can use a fraction kit to show students how to represent fractions visually. You can also use manipulatives such as fraction circles or base 10 blocks to help students understand the concept. As you explain the concept, ask questions to check for understanding and provide feedback. Step 3. Provide guided practice. Provide students with guided practice to reinforce the concept. For example, you can ask students to work in pairs to solve fraction word problems. You can also use an online learning platform for interactive practice. Monitor students' work and provide feedback and support as needed. Step 4. Provide independent practice. Provide students with independent practice to solidify the concept. For example, you can assign students to complete a worksheet or online quiz on fractions. You can also ask students to create their own fraction word problems for their classmates to solve. Why is the Educreations method effective for elementary students? The Educreations method is effective for elementary students for several reasons. First, it is visually appealing and interactive, which engages students and makes learning more enjoyable. Second, it uses multiple representations to explain concepts, which helps students to understand abstract ideas. Third, it provides opportunities for active learning and student participation, which increases engagement and retention. Finally, it is flexible and can be modified to meet the needs of diverse learners. When using the Educreations method, it's important to keep a few things in mind. First, ensure that the activity is age-appropriate and well-planned. Consider the developmental level of your students when selecting materials and planning activities. Young learners have short attention spans, so keep activities brief and to the point. Second, incorporate student input and encourage collaboration. Get students involved in the learning process by asking them questions and encouraging them to share their thoughts. Collaboration with peers can help students learn from one another and build social skills. Third, use colorful, tactile materials or visual aids to reinforce concepts. Visual aids can help students to understand abstract ideas and make connections between the concrete and the abstract. Tactile materials can also help students to learn by doing. Fourth, provide opportunities for students to reflect on or present their work. Reflection can help students to consolidate their learning and make connections between new learning and prior knowledge. Presenting their work to their peers can help students to develop communication skills and receive feedback. Fifth, modify the approach as needed to suit diverse learners. Some students may need additional support or enrichment to be successful. Be prepared to modify your approach accordingly. Overall, the Educreations Method is a highly effective method for teaching young learners. By following the steps and tips outlined in this video, you can create engaging and effective lessons that cater to the needs of all students. Remember to use visuals, interactivity, and student-centered activities to make learning fun and engaging for your students. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching and happy teaching.